Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. Wanted to bring you guys a little update on Litecoin. I missed you guys over the holiday weekend there. I was having some time with my family, which was wonderful. If you guys could like, subscribe, all that, I really appreciate it. And hope you guys had a wonderful weekend as well. We're going to be looking at Litecoin here, guys. We're going to probably look at the 4-hour, 8-hour. Going to look at the daily there. Just wanted to show you some things that I was seeing here, and it's nice to see that we've been in this uptrend. So guys, we've been traveling in this channel here on the 4 hours, and what you've noticed is, do you see these moving averages we've been talking about? We've been holding them as support, so that's really important. So we've been working in this channel. All right, guys, so here's our lower trend line that each time we've been coming down, getting a touch, we've been having a move off of. You see, touch down here, a move up. Touch here, move up. Touch here, move up. Some of them are bigger than other ones, but they're still moves up. And then we have the top here that we've been hitting. So right now we're hitting that top here. We're going to see what's going to happen if we're going to break over this 67, 68 or so range and make another move up, which we have a lot more room to run there, guys, or if we're going to come back down and potentially test this white line here, which is our 20 EMA, which is a really important one that we hit a lot of times, guys. We'll hit that 20 a lot, and then I also have our 30 EMA here, which is at $64. So me personally, I'd be looking for, I wouldn't be entering it right now, okay? This wouldn't be the exact time. Say you want to do something short, I would wait for a pullback most likely to that $64 range. You know, we could even come down here and test this bottom again around $60. So that's all the possibility things that you just want to keep your eye on. We had good volume that came in here. Right here's a red volume that I want you guys to keep your eye on for now, okay? And then also on the MACD, take a look what we've been having on here in the 4 hour, which is really cool. So we've just had this steady uptrend. We can draw it just like that, guys, and that's something that you would want to keep here. So you see, we're having these. Here's a high, a higher high, higher high, higher high, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And that's what we want to see. That's how we see the trend shift, the trend change, and that's what we need. You can also see the histogram flipped over here. But pay attention here, guys, on the 4 hours. This is probably going to start flattening out a little bit, and I think we'll have a little bit of a pullback. That's just my opinion, okay? So, because we're already up 4%, so typically, you know, we could have a little bit of a pullback after that. There's a nice little run taking place. So, next thing we're going to look at, guys, is this overall. Remember we talked about that nice hammer candle down here, guys, and what happened? It played out that we had that nice run afterwards. So I was really happy to see that. Okay. Look, guys, we don't have a ton of overhead resistance. I mean, we're going to have a spot here around that 75. There's another spot here, 78, 84. But there's a lot of room to run here because of how hard we fell. We fell really hard and really fast, and it's nice to see that we had these moving average crosses here, and now we're having that uptrend, and you see the moving averages pointing up. That's what you want to see, guys. That's when you want to enter trades, when they're moving up like that if you're taking a long position. Okay, next thing, let's look at the daily. That beautiful hammer, guys. That was a really big sign because we also had decent volume come in at that moment as well. All right, so our white is our 20 EMA. That's at 62.76, and then our purple is our 30 at 64 that I want you guys to pay attention to. And then we have our 5 EMA, which is at 65, which is also pointing up. So let's take a look at that. Guys, that's when you want to get in trades, when it's long, when you see those pointing up the way that they're doing. And that's a really nice candle that we're having today. We're going to have to see where we close here, guys, but if we could close there, we could have more significant room to run. Do you see what I said, guys? This huge fall here. It's time to clean that out, and let's see if maybe we can get back up here and test this $90. That would be a nice run, but it's definitely possible after seeing this hammer, this gravestone doji. And do you see high volume when you saw this? That's a really big sign after a big fall like that. When you see big volume, we haven't seen that type of volume since back in here, and this one was still even a little bit more right there, guys, and that was at the end of that downtrend. And this was back in June 29th. So that's a really big deal. Let's also look at the RSI. Beautiful steady uptrend there. We're at 59 on the daily, guys, so plenty of room to continue to move up. Like I said, just wait for those pullbacks. Don't get crazy. Don't FOMO about anything, but this is the line that I'm going to be watching here on the daily. Now, if we break down through that, we definitely could come back down, you know, and we could test that $50 range. I mean, it happens, guys. That's crypto. But really keep an eye on these moving averages, and as the lower terms cross over those longer terms to that upside, that's going to be great for us. So RSI 59, we're keeping an eye on that. All right. Next one, let's do our Bollinger Bands. Kind of see where we're at there. All right, so we're at the top of the Bollinger Bands right now, guys, and that's why I said maybe that little pullback here. We're just going to be patient, okay? So we had our low, then we had our high, then we had our higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Let's see if we can have a higher low right down in here, which we'd hit that off that middle band right around in there, around that $60, and then another move up. And let's run. That's my thought process. That's what I'm looking at, guys. I'm going to continue to watch these bands. Remember, when it's at the top here, traditionally you're going to have a little bit of a pullback, guys. That's one thing, and a lot of people will sell when they get to the top of those bands, just like a lot of people will buy right down here. When we wick through that band, they bought, and then they rode that up, and we were able to break through the middle band there. But the middle band's pointing up. All these are pointing up. That's what we want to see. Those are the signs that we're looking for. Okay? It's really important to just follow that trend, guys. You can't buck the trend. You know what I mean? It would be great to be a bear throughout all this. No problem here. You see, each time it almost even hit that 5, guys, we were falling. Okay, we weren't even making it to the 20 EMA here. That's a really big deal, and they were pointing straight down, and what happened? We went straight down. And now they're starting to point up. Just picture an arrow at the end of those. Pointing up. Okay? Now let's kind of look at the macro view now that we see that. But we have a really nice candle today. Good volume. I'm excited about that. We just got to be careful this isn't another one of those little bear flags. As you can kind of see how we had it here and then we had another drop. We want to be careful. We have to pay attention to what Bitcoin's going to do as well. We don't want to run up here and then have that drop. But these moving averages are a big sign, and that's what we want to see. We want to get up and over them, get clear confirmation. Then that would be a time to put our money in, set our stop loss, and say, you know what, if it goes against me, it goes against me. But that would be the time to get in. When you see us over top of these moving averages, we have them as clear support, and we continue to make a run. All right, so let's do our fib next, right from here. Because, guys, we have not gotten over that 236 yet, and that is going to be a tough one to get over. That's big resistance right up in here, okay? And that's going to be at around that 124. But you can see how far we fell. It's just time to make that move back up, start working in this channel. Now, in terms of overall what we've fallen, let's also take a look at that. Because, guys, we're looking for a bottom. That's what we want. We want clear confirmation to put our money in and ride it up. Okay, so we'll just go around that 4 when that run started. Right into there. And, I mean, you see, guys, we retraced to that 886. I mean, that's a really, really seriously deep retracement. Okay, most guys will say, you know, once it's broken past the 618 there, we didn't get support there, they're getting the heck out of there because it can continue to fall like it did. All right? So keep your eye on these things. We broke through the 786. We're at the 886 now, and we're going to see if we can move back up through the 786, which is going to be overhead resistance at $81. So we still do have some things to fight through, but when you have these massive drops, a lot of times they'll have to get cleared out as well. We had a huge run here. What happened? We had it cleared out. Had a huge run up here. What happened? It got cleared out. So it works in both ways, bullish and bearish. All right? And guys, keep your eye on the volume as well. If you see this moving average down here, a lot of people don't pay attention to that. Look for that pointing up as well. Because in a bull market, you're going to have that increasing volume that's coming in. In a bear market, it's going to dwindle out like we have here. So if we draw a trend line here, this is a perfect example of a bear market. Take a look. You see how it just went down. And then in a bull market, you're going to be going up. So that's what we want to see, that volume to start increasing. We start ticking back up, and we start making those positive waves. Let's hit a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, and a 5 and get moving. That's what has to happen. Okay? And no one can predict, guys, when this volume is going to come in. That's another thing. So take a look at this volume stick. How ridiculous is this? I mean, take a look, guys. We're all the way up there, and then look at this volume, how low this has been throughout this whole fall. Okay, so no one knows when this type of volume is going to come in. It's going to be the big whales. They're going to put their money in, and everyone's going to FOMO. And that's another thing I want to tell you guys. Don't FOMO into stuff. I've been there. We've all been there. Everything's going to have a pullback. So even right now, all of a sudden we wake up tomorrow, Litecoin made some massive move, you know, up to $90. There's going to be a pullback, guys, and we could very, very well go back to $70 in a day or two. That's how these things happen. Crypto is a whole different type of beast than anything else that people have dealt with in terms of markets. It moves really fast in both directions. You just have to know that. You have to be aware of it, and that's the game. If you want to play this game, that's the game. So guys, here's support. Here's support here. We're going to have some resistance. We'll just go right off about right in there. And that's not including, obviously, guys, any of the Fibonacci, different things like that. But those are the spots that we really want to look at, and we want to look at these moving averages as support as well, as good buying opportunities. And that's where you'll hear people always say, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Buying the dip is absolutely phenomenal when you're in an uptrend and you have these moving averages acting against you. And I listened to one too many people who were telling me to buy the dip when we were in the bear market. And yeah, that's great if you're a long-term holder, but you can get things cheaper, guys. And knowing what I know now and seeing these different moving averages and things that I've really dug into and studied, I'd say, why the heck am I buying a dip in a bear market when it's going to continue to go down because of these moving averages? They're going to act like that raging river, and they're just going to continue to push it back down. They're going to push it down. Every time there's a run, it's going to get pushed back down. But buying the dips in an uptrend when you have a nice run and then you buy them back at these moving averages, that's phenomenal. So you always want to buy the dip in a bullish market. In a bearish market, you do not want to be buying the dip. And you also don't want to be trying to pick bottoms. We've all done that. Who's here tried to catch falling knives? I have. Okay, you go, oh my gosh, it can't fall any more than this. It just went from $90 all the way down to $71. Then you see this Harami form right here, this bullish Harami pattern, but there was no follow through. And that's why you have to wait for the confirmation. You know, people could have put this in here, tweezer bottoms here, Harami, okay, let's go for it. And then what happens? It falls another, you know, $20 or more. All right, so wait for that confirmation. That's why I even said, like, right now, I'm not FOMOing into a bigger position in Litecoin or having to buy more right now, because I still want to see more. I want to see where we close today. I want to see what Bitcoin's going to do. I want to see if we can hold these moving averages. I don't want them to flatten out. I want them to continue to point up. Okay, and we need good volume, continued good volume like we've seen. It's been better than what it has been. So we're looking forward to that, guys. We're at 68.51 right now. I wanted to check in with you all. I know it's been a while, but life's crazy right now, and I'm going to do the best that I can for you. But God bless each and every one of you. I hope you're having an amazing day. And let me know, are you guys buying, selling? Are you waiting? What's your deal? What do you think is going to happen with Litecoin? And just remember, guys, a few videos back, we talked about how significant this hammer is. And when we saw this, what happened? We went from $48 all the way up to $68. That's a really big move, guys. So when I tell you that we really need to be studying these candlestick patterns and charts, there's a reason for that. I'm not just being a crazy guy. It's really important that we see these things and we pay attention to these things and we study and we know what we're investing in. Okay? So God bless each and every one of you. Take care, and I'll talk to you.